and welcome to Ask Me About K-Pop, the essential guide for recent converts and seasoned fans alike. My name is Shannon.
And I'm Angelica.
And oh my God, we have so much business to get to today.
So many things to talk about.
So many things have happened in the last 2 weeks since the last time we recorded. We have so many things to get across. Should we bullet point what to expect in this episode?
Is, I guess, primarily a Monsta X recap.
Sure.
But before we get there, we've got some goss to run down.
Some things we got to talk about. We've been getting messages ever since this song debuted of people wanting to know what you and Angelica think of 17's new single, Hit
Sound.
Hit sound. All right, so 17 Hit. It's just a single.
Hit sound.
It's very loud. We should get it out of the way now. It's very loud, which is what a lot of you guys were wondering because, we hate noisy music, and it's pretty noisy.
It is noisy. And 17 does noisy stuff every once in a while.
Sure.
I have all of their music. And I would say that on almost every album, there's at least one song where I'm like, okay. Because they do either a noisy electro or they do noisy rock or whatever.
Right.
They do something that isn't their sweet
EDM
pop
noise.
or whatever their pop you want a genre, whatever you want to categorize it as. So when I first heard the teaser for this song, I was like, oh, it's going to be noisy. I don't know, which is exactly what I thought about Getting Closer.
Sure.
And pretty much exactly what I thought was going to happen is what happened, which is that just like in Getting Closer, I heard the clip and was like, ugh, this song is noisy. And then I saw the choreography and I was like, wow, I'm into
just
it.
Kidding,
I love this song. I never skip it when it comes on. I will just listen to it. It doesn't bother me at all. It is definitely not a song that I would be like, this song is one of my favorite 17 songs, but
sure.
It's great. The same thing has happened. The teaser came out and I was like, okay, I don't think I'm going to like the sound of this song. And when I first watched the music video, there's so much happening in the music video. And the song itself, a lot of things are happening in it as well, musically. It changes beat multiple times and it really goes from one end of the spectrum to the next.
Yeah.
And so I kind of didn't even know what to make of it. There were certain parts about it that I really liked and certain parts that I was like, ugh, what is this? But, they've now done... As of this recording, they have done 4 different music shows. They performed on Music Bank and Music Core and Show Champion and maybe Inkigayo or something. I don't remember. But anyway, I am officially on the train of Hit is a bop, and I can jam to it from beginning to end. I always laugh at the Steel Horn Buffalo line.
Right.
It is goofy, and the move that goes with it is also goofy.
Right.
So if you haven't seen it, Vernon just puts his finger on his forehead like a unicorn and just literally charges through the rest of the members as he says, Steel Horn Buffalo, and it makes me laugh every time. But I love it. I really do. The choreography is truly amazing. I think even if you don't like the sound of the song, you will concede that the choreography is incredible.
The choreo makes me scared that they're all going to snap their ankles in half. They're jumping so much and doing wild arms and legs that are just completely insane. And it's they're throwing their whole shoulders into things. And I'm just I'm afraid they're all going to break.
They are dancing incredibly hard. I mean, 17's always known for their synchronicity, synchronization, whichever word you want to choose. I would say that this song sort of tries new things in the way that I love that 17 does. They love a pantomime and stuff in their music. And this one really plays with the fact that they have so many different members. They have little tableaus at the beginning. My favorite part is what I guess would be called the bridge. And Dino starts it and he cuts through all of the members that are down on the ground. And as he's cutting through, certain members grab his legs in different ways. And then everybody leaves and it's just Ming Hao and Jonghan, and they sing a little thing and do a little duo, and then Ming Hao leaves and Songkwan comes out, and then Jonghan and Songkwan sing and dance a little duo, and then Jonghan leaves and Dino comes out and Songkwan and Dino do a little duo, and it's so cool. That entire sequence is amazing. It's beautiful.
It's very cool. It's all good. It's fun. I still I still have to watch it. Like, the song is still not enough for me. I need to, like, see the dance to go with it and be like, okay, this is good. But the real thing that, like, I need to talk about that has nothing to do with the music is that, like, 17's all grown up.
I know.
And specifically, I just, like, have to talk about this because it's blowing my mind. But my baby boo is, like, going through puberty again.
Yeah.
He looks like he grew 3 inches. Like,
His face is
all, like...
And I haven't watched the Knowing Brothers episode yet, but they did a little like pre-recording like waiting room interview, and I swear Seungkwan's voice has dropped.
He is growing up before my eyes. It's so strange, but I'm very proud, and I'm glad that he's in this one, even though he like comes in just a couple of times where the dance is like easier, and then otherwise he's off stage because they don't want to like hurt him more, which is fine. But it sucked when they were doing that whole all their touring stuff and he wasn't around. It made my heart sad.
I know. If you're confused, Seungkwan hurt his ankle, I think so. Like a few months ago. So he didn't go to like KCON New York, and he wasn't with them on their little like American tour or their little like press junket that they did while they were here.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to come to KCON LA. I think the last time I heard he wasn't going to. But maybe he will. Since he has been promoting on stage for Hit, maybe he will. And also, so just like getting closer. Just the last thing about 17 and their like new comeback is that just like getting closer, they released this Hit as like a single, came out with a teaser and then an MV. They've already put out a choreography video for it. And then today, this morning, they also released a new teaser for the upcoming album, which is called Ode to Fear. But Ode to, like the number 2, fear.
Dark teen.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, okay. So that's that.
Yeah, whatever that is, I'm looking forward to it.
Cool. 17 is back. Okay, this next thing that we have to talk about, there are many, many feelings all over the spectrum, so we're going to try to like make sense of it right now. So if you have not heard, which I feel like it's not possible that you haven't heard about this, the other day at the Capitol Records building down the street, there was a big old like music presentation and like Katy Perry and Niall Horan like sang new songs or whatever. And then at the end, Lee Soo-man came out and was like, I'm making a supergroup, the Avengers of K-pop. So the group is going to be called Super M.
And for all of those listening, we did not come up with the title, The Avengers of K-pop. That is SM's elevator pitch for this group. They are, quote, the Avengers of K-pop.
Yes, and the members of this are Taemin, Kai, Baekhyun, Ten and Lucas from Wavy, and Taeyong and Mark from NCT. Yes, that's all of them.
Yeah.
And they're going to promote in America is the intention.
Yeah, they are planning to have a US debut in October. They are not planning to debut in Korea officially. Their official debut will be here in the States in just a few months.
So everyone's losing their shit. I am team, this is not a big deal, but there's a lot of people who are like totally freaking out. So I thought we should try to make like a pros and cons list or like talk ourselves through this and get all the perspectives out there.
Sure.
So the first pro and the reason that I just like cannot be mad about this is that I'm so excited to see these people like dance together. Like it's so many of my favorite dancing boys, like, but all at the same time. And it's really exciting. And I want to see it.
Absolutely. That is definitely a pro. I would say it's not all of your favorite dancing boys.
No, it's not. If Lay was there, then it would be perfect.
Sure.
I think that would make it perfect, as if Lay was in it. But like, I don't know, like Ten and Kai and Taemin, like, oh my God.
Absolutely. That I think is the thing that I am most excited about for this group is that like, obviously Taemin and Kai are like they're besties and they're phenomenal dancers. So like their dance chemistry will be great. And then Ten is such a beautiful dancer in a very similar style to Taemin and Kai. Like he also, I think, has a lot of like ballet and modern influences. And by modern, I mean like contemporary dance influences into his own style and his background and his training. So I'm really looking forward to whatever the three do together.
Sure. But then the first thing on my cons list is I feel like when we did our fantasy boy group, we talked about how you have to stack a fantasy boy group perfectly. And this group has one singer, 3 dancers, and the rest are rappers. 4 rappers.
Technically, they have 4 rappers because technically Kai is a rap line.
Right. Okay.
But if you really, they have 3 dancers, 3 rappers, and 1 lead vocal. So my only pro for that is, well, at least you chose to have 7 instead of 6. But other than that, like you didn't follow the rules of the fantasy boy draft, and now your group is uneven.
Yeah, it's very uneven. So don't love that. Because, I mean, I know that like everybody else will sing, but I feel like they're going to have to lean on Baekhyun so hard.
Only 1 lead vocal. Who's going to be the main vocal of that group?
Taemin, I guess. Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know. Because I honestly couldn't tell you what I know how Taeyong sings because of his new solo, but I don't know. Do Ten and Lucas have pretty voices or
Ten
no?
does.
Okay.
10 is like one of the vocals of Wavy, but Lucas is a rapper. And so is 10. I mean, so is Mark and so is Taeyong.
Okay.
So who knows?
That. Let's see.
I'm sure they can all carry a tune.
Yeah. On my pro list, the fact that that it's going to be like a US promo thing means that like we'll probably definitely get to see them. So that's pretty exciting.
Sure.
Like knowing that they'll probably definitely like do a show here, if not multiple ones. And so that will be fun. But at the same time, the con side of that US promo is all the things we talked about in the K-pop in America episode, like them getting embarrassed on television and people saying weird things in weird articles and like all that comes with like American promo.
Yeah. We'll just kind of have to hold our breath and wait for that because I feel like to a large extent that kind of shit is inevitable. It just like is a factor of US press. So we'll see. We'll just see. I'm hoping that maybe because they are doing this so closely with their American label that maybe that will like be a benefit of some kind, but we'll just have to see. We'll just have
to see. So that's why I'm choosing to stay optimistic, but I understand that people are not. That's why we're talking about it. So a negative that can't be avoided is that the name is super dumb.
Yeah, the name is super dumb.
Because, like you were mentioning, and it doesn't make any sense, is that every other SM subunit that had a -M means they were singing in Mandarin.
Yeah.
So they're
to be clear, this one isn't a -M. It's just
just an M.
It's just super M like SM. And I know that's where he got the name from, and I get it. Fine, whatever. But super makes me think of Super Junior.
Right. And the Super Junior fans are very salty about that.
Right. Because there aren't any Super Juniors in it either. And you're like calling them the superstars of SM. And then, oops, I forgot one of my major groups, but whatever. And then, the M, when I first read that, I thought, are they singing in Mandarin?
Right.
That was just what I assumed. So that is misleading as well. And I feel like, whatever.
And it looks
you could have named it anything.
And it looks like sperm if you like just glance at it and have
I don't see
dyslexia.
that, but sure.
When people write it in all lowercase on Twitter, it's like your brain, like you have to put the capital S and the capital M or else it like your brain will just see it and be like, does that say sperm?
Maybe your brain will see that.
I guess so. But I am not alone. That is like literally the only joke. I did not come up with that myself.
Okay.
This is the other thing I have. I cannot decide if it is a pro or a con, but it is very deeply affecting my Shawol heart, which is the possibility that Taemin will be the leader of this group.
What do you mean possibility? He is the leader of the group, isn't he?
I don't think that's been made official.
Oh, he's the senior
He's the
artist.
oldest, so that's why.
Well, and the senior artist, because he debuted first.
So, like, he would have to be.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know what to do with that. He is not allowed to be a leader. He's a baby.
Sure.
And I can't cope with him being the oldest in a group. Like, I don't know what to do with that.
I don't know what he's going to do with that. I feel like if anyone is going to be lost and confused with Taemin being the leader, it's going to be Taemin who's lost and confused.
Sure.
But we'll see.
We'll see. Maybe he'll shine. Maybe it's all he's ever meant to be.
Challenge. Maybe he'll get lost and we'll never see him again. Who knows?
And then I guess like I'll just say this because it works. It works for me. I get that it isn't working for everybody, but like Lee Soo-man's whole statement about this Avengers thing, I feel like made sense to me because when the group was announced, a lot of people were getting very upset at like, I don't want to hear my idol say that he's in another group. Like, I just don't like the sound of that. Like, he debuted as Shiny, so he is Shiny and he's nothing else. But like, whatever subunits and stuff happened, so I can't get that mad about it. But Lee Soo-man was explaining that like Thor got his own movie and Iron Man got his own movie, and then they made the Avengers. So this is like all of their groups and their identities and their groups are important, and like this is just them like doing a team up, and it's like doesn't take away from the fact that they're like, you know,
in their own groups.
Yeah, so
absolutely.
Like to me that like kind of warms my heart, and I like it, and I think it will be exciting and fun. But like I get that people are feeling upset about it.
Sure. I mean, I mean, I guess to that, I would just kind of think like, well, do you react that way when any subunit comes out? Because like EXO-CBX comes out and they say, hi, we're Baekhyun of CBX. Like they don't say Baekhyun of EXO.
Right.
Because they're not promoting EXO in that moment. But that doesn't take away from the fact that he is still a member of EXO. So this, in that sense, is the exact same thing. It's just thing. It is a subunit. It's just a subunit of different groups. You know, it's like Triple H.
It's Triple H.
So
or Too Heart, or Key did Too Heart. Did all the Shawls cry when Key was like, I'm Too Heart Key? I don't think they did. No, like it's didn't. Okay, guys. It's just a project.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think you have that's all I have written down because like I'm feeling very aloof and just kind of want to see it. Mm-hmm. But I know you have thoughts just because a member that you like a member you're very protective of your son 10.
I have a lot of things that you haven't mentioned.
Okay, go right ahead.
And they're not just about 10. The first one is, I don't know. I mean, my, I guess, immediate reaction to this entire thing was just sort of like an eye roll. Mm-hmm. Because for one, I would really like Taemin to go to the military. Right. So this just means that he won't do that. For two, as far as EXO goes, like, okay, we're already down 3 members and they are currently on tour. And then you're going to take 2 of their lead members remaining and put them in another project. Like, okay,
sure.
What's the rest of EXO going to do at this time? Who knows?
Apparently they have tour dates in October when this whole thing is supposed to be happening. So,
and what the fuck is that? Like, that's ridiculous. Know. Are they supposed to do it with only 4 people now? Like, that would be insane. That can you imagine?
Oh my God, I can't imagine.
Can you fucking imagine that?
Crazy.
That would be.
I hate looking at the 6 of them. So like making it 4 is like too upsetting.
Guys, my XOL heart has really been going through a lot of turmoil lately, and most of it is caused by the fact that Chanyeol's hair is orange now.
Oh God, it's so gross.
These boys are just getting shuffled around like playing cards. And I think if anyone at SM cared about EXO, then Chanyeol's hair wouldn't be orange.
He said he did it for his Hong Kong fans because they like it best.
Chanyeol, you're full of shit. You're full of shit. However, you also own an Iron Man costume and you were not invited to be a part of the 30-member rappers Avengers.
I know,
of
right?
K-pop. So that's a goddamn
check.
Insult to us all. But whatever. Okay, that's all my EXO. Those are my EXO gripes. This is not my last gripe. My main gripe is that, and this is the Cliff Notes version, I don't trust SM to handle the career of my son and his hot friend Lucas. Right. And that is just that on that. Because this is now
hot friend Lucas.
My son and his hot friend. I am concerned for them both. Uh-huh. Because this is now the 3rd project that both of their names have been attached to. First, it was NCT 127, which was a temporary lineup, right? An indefinite lineup. Then they were like, no, just kidding. Pause that. You're not a member of NCT 127 anymore, but now we're going to put you on something else. So then they got put on Wavy, shipped off to China, which Lucas is from China, so maybe he liked that, but 10 is from Thailand, so he's like an additional foreign country, even further away. Now they're going off and they're going to be in Wavy, and it's like, this is an official group. We're going to make this an official debut. They only debuted in January of this year with a lead single, and just in May, only 2 months ago, was their first mini EP, and less than 6 months later, they're going to have to debut with yet a third project. And the fact that
another language,
in another country, like now they're going to debut in the US. So they're being literally shipped all around the world. And I just have to, hold on, I have to pause for a moment because I have to make sure that I'm organizing my thoughts.
It's okay.
Okay. They're getting shipped all around the world. And I just have to say, before I continue to rant, I'm very proud of my son for getting invited to be a part of these Avengers because he deserves it. It's an honor. Sure. He should be invited to participate in these things because he is a star. However, he will not be a star in a group that includes Taemin, Kai, and Beckham. Right. So that's fucking just be bullshit. An extra. He's just a who's that guy. Second of all, this is, like I said, the third group that he's a part of. And so now when people are like, oh yeah, 10, he's from NCT. No, he's from Wavy. No, he's from Super M. Like, really? We don't know what group he's from? Like, that's a crime. You should know who he is. Mm-hmm. You should know who he is. And that's pretty, I don't know. And like this is one of those things that like we don't know that whatever they say that it's not temporary. Like this isn't just going to be a one-off thing. It's going to be like the Avengers. Like they could get together whenever they want, right? Whenever we need more money. Sure. Whatever. Fine. But then that means that this is yet another thing like NCT 127, where it's just another impermanent, indefinite, confusing project that you've attached these two boys to. And it just, to me, as the mother of 10 and his hot friend Lucas, like I feel very concerned about the fact that these boys are just being like pushed around and added to whatever project is of the moment. And it just seems like the company doesn't really care about promoting them as individuals with healthy careers. It just cares about these like hot new trends and throwing whoever is hot at the moment at it to try and gather like as much attention as possible. And then when that thing doesn't have enough steam anymore, okay, let's pull those guys and put them in something else. Instead of just taking the time to like fully invest in Wavy and like making it a thing.
I really appreciate that rant, though. I know you're like just stressed right now, but I just want to say I thank you for bringing that perspective because like I have no attachments to any of the NCTs. Mm-hmm. I think they're fine, but like that makes perfect sense. And I get why now, like in watching the Twitter shitstorm, it seems like the NCTzens are the angriest about this. And that totally explains why. Like they have these weird, like unofficial, impermanent, odd little groups and no one can hold on to anything.
Exactly.
And I had been thinking of it from the perspective of like knowing that like Taemin and Kai and whatever are fine.
Yeah, they're
and, like,
always going to be fine. But like 10 and Lucas, Mark and Taeyong, I think you could make the argument that they will also be fine because Mark
they
and
get
Taeyong
to do
are
everything.
on literally everything. Mark is in every single NCT group, any MCs, everything. Taeyong is a single, like, we get it. You're everywhere. Fine. They were literally the only two NCT names I knew for like a really long time because they're everywhere. But you could also make the argument that, hey, there's 20 other members of NCT. You could have picked
other people
literally anyone. But okay, fine. I'm just worried about my son and his hot friend Lucas. Anyway, my very last criticism or complaint of Super M is that if I have to first say that this was not my original thought. I have to credit this to our friend and dear listener, Jenna, who pointed out and made the very, I think, astute observation that if you're going to make an Avengers of K-pop that has all the superstars of SM, there is no reason that group has to be all male. And it was a huge missed opportunity to not include any Girls' Generation or Red Velvet. So I propose an alternate Avengers of K-pop. And they would include...
Oh my God, yes. Go.
I'm going to keep Taemin, Kai, Beck, and 10 because obviously. I'm also going to throw in Taeyeon. Haha, they would never. I'm going to throw in Taeyeon, Seulgi, and Luna.
Wow, I like that.
That, I think, those are the Avengers of K-pop.
Yeah.
The Avengers aren't all male.
They certainly are not. There's at least like 2.5 girls in there.
Yeah. Sometimes even more. If you count all of the ladies that showed up for the last one.
Yeah, all the Wakanda girls that are good.
There's the Wakanda ladies, and like even Pepper got in an Iron Woman costume.
Yeah, and the Wasp.
Yeah, okay, sure. Captain Marvel, all those bitches. They're out there.
Yeah.
We didn't have to make this all dudes, SM. We didn't have to.
No, we didn't. Wow. Well, we've said our piece, and we'll have to see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
I'm glad we could get that out.
But if you ruin my son's career, I'm coming for you, Lisa May. Moving on.
Okay, so this is a fun story, and I'm still kind of in shock that any of it happened. So we'll go in chronological order. But basically, like 2 Mondays ago, I woke up to like a ton of like notifications and like YouTube comments and all these people saying, hey, at the end of Eric Nam's podcast this week, he said he's looking for podcasts to go on in LA. And I told him that like it has to be y'all. And it was so sweet. You guys were all like commenting and I loved it.
Don't stop. Keep bugging him.
Don't stop. But I got real brave and I wrote a very professional email to like his people to be like, he should come on my show. And I just felt good about doing that. Like, hey, I put myself out there. Like, that was
Shoot your shot.
Yeah. It was fun to shoot my shot.
As the youth say.
As the youth would say. And then I like didn't really think anything. And then I just was trying to not like worry about it. Then flash forward to this week, I am sitting at my desk minding my own business. And then I suddenly hear a thwump of someone like throwing their hands on the edge of my desk. And I look up and it's Jordan. And she's like, Eric Nam is here. And I was like, what? And she was like, he's in here. And I told his producer that he has to talk to you when they're done with the show. And I was like, you did what? Which was great. Thank you,
She's
Jordan.
a great ally.
She's a very good ally. So he was here recording Grace Helbig's podcast. I don't know if the episode will be out by the time people hear this, but it was also on video. And I was sitting I went and sat in the booth like and watched it through the window. So I don't know if I make it to the recording or not, but I like had a moment with Eric Nam that was wonderful and so funny. He was like they record that podcast on video. Mm-hmm. So there were like multiple cameras on them. And Grace asked him a question and he like lifted up his cold brew, which had a bunch of ice in the bottom. And then when he lifted it, the ice all like clanged noisily into his mouth. And then he had like an ice cube just sticking out of half of his mouth. And he like spit it back in the glass. And as he did that, he like looked to his left and made eye contact with me and Jordan. And then we all laughed so hard. And the host was like, what just happened? And they had to like reset and re-ask the question because like we were having a little private ice funny with Eric. And it was great. But then
First name basis already.
I shouldn't. I'm Eric Nam, Mr. Nam, Mr. Nam.
No, Eric, the cutie patootie that we always call a cutie.
Yes. Okay. So then after the recording, we like stayed behind in the lobby and the producer was like, someone who works here wants to talk to you. And I was like, yes, me. Hello, me. And then like Jordan and I talked to him for a minute about like, oh, you were so funny. And he was like, you guys were in the booth and that ice thing. And like, oh, was I too self-deprecating? And it was so adorable. And then Jordan was like, Shannon has a K-pop podcast. Like they recorded here. Thank you, Jordan. And I tried to be chill and I was like, oh yeah, you guys like might have an email from me in your inbox. Don't worry about it. Because I was trying to be cool.
Sure.
But I said to him, I was like, yeah, I have a K-pop podcast, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, we say you're cute all the time. Because it's true, we do.
Yeah. We also accuse him of stealing our ideas.
Yes.
But we also think you're cute.
Yeah. And he was so cute in person. I promise. He was just as cute as he is on TV. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I don't know. We just like chatted and it was really fun. And as I was just talking to him about things, I felt like at least 3 times I was just like, and I love you. I don't know. I mean, I love you. Like, I was trying to be chill, but I kept like blasting out the occasional, but you're great and I love you. Like you're doing so good. So that was like a real trippy experience. And like we took a very cute picture. It's on all our social media if you didn't see it. But like, yeah. I don't know, that just felt like such a wonderful like destiny moment of like, I was the thing I tweeted is like, there was a poster in my English class in middle school that was like, shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you'll land among the stars. And so like, I shot for the moon and asked for him to come on my podcast. And then I just met him anyway by chance. So like,
what a weird weird serendipitous moment.
Yeah. But he also said he'd be back in town in March. So like we said, y'all got to keep bugging him.
Keep
so
bugging
we can
him.
Make
Keep
him
bugging
come
him.
on this podcast.
Mm-hmm. We'll break him down eventually.
So that was wonderful. And I just wanted to share that because it was a very surreal. It was a very surreal moment. That's the first K-pop star I've ever met. And it was nice that he's American, because I didn't like the thought of like meeting like a Korean K-pop star that like doesn't speak English that well. Like that's very scary. And then it would be like, how are we going to talk? But my coworkers all said like, you guys were talking like you've known each other your whole lives. Cause like, I don't know, we could just be very comfortable. So it was really fun. And that was a one for the record books. So, but on that topic of like the K-pop gods just blessing us.
Smiling down upon us because our love is pure and good.
So we were being rewarded for it, and that's nice.
Yeah.
But
maybe it's because I finally turned a corner with my Chanyeol bitterness.
Yeah. That if you stopped being angry and you like just have
hating
peace.
In him.
And if you just have peace, then you're like blessed with goodness.
Maybe.
So last night was the Monsta X in LA concert. And I was originally going to attend this concert alone because you made the smart budgetary decision of like, I need to save it for other concerts this year. And I said, that's fine.
Also, all of the fun K-pop concerts just like usually happen over the summer. And personally, as a teacher, there's like a whole month out of the summer that I get no money.
Right.
So it's very difficult to budget for those kinds of things.
Totally. But like magically smiling down on us, a wonderful, wonderful listener named Liz. Let me get her Twitter @ so that people can
thank her.
@ Liz Cook on Twitter just gave us a ticket.
Yeah, she just messaged out of the blue and was like, hey, I have this extra ticket. Do you guys want it? And her ticket was in an incredible part of the stadium. It was like very close, even better than the ticket you'd bought yourself. Yeah. So I made you take the better one, and I took the one that was in just like one section behind. But the section I was in is the same section we sat in when we saw KCON for the first time when SHINee was there. So it was a great seat.
It's the like premier like lower balcony little, that has like a private bar.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nice,
very nice.
But yeah, the seat that I got was like on the aisle in like on the bottom section, and it was great for dancing. So that was just like a wonderful blessing that we both got to go, but it was also fun because we were like separated, so we like experienced the concert like
slightly differently.
One thing before we get into like our whole night at Monsta X, there was one other piece of Monsta X news that I just wanted to like
rant about,
mad about for a minute.
Yeah. Well, I'll say as a segue, we were like very excited to see this Monsta X concert because they had been so, what's the word?
I don't know. I'm trying, all the words I'm thinking of are like,
I want to be like, it's not a betrayal, but it's like just so like, you know what? Predictably let down by an artist who has nothing to offer.
Yes, there we go. That's perfect.
That's what happened. So we were very excited to see them all on their own.
Yes.
Because of what happened just the day before.
Just the day before. They went on Jimmy Kimmel. Monsta X did. And the Jimmy Kimmel stage, they have one that's outside, like behind the studio. And they do like, when they have bands out there during the summer, it's like a free concert and you just have to like sign up online and then you can like the first 100 people get tickets. So that's what Monsta X was doing. I saw ELO back there. That's like an old band from the 60s. So they do like a
I thought you were talking, what was that group that was like, I like girls that wear Abercrombie and Fitch?
LFO.
Okay, that was close.
So they do like a mini concert out there where like whoever's on the stage does like 3 or 4 songs and then one of them gets like aired as the musical spot on the Kimmel episode.
Mm-hmm. But they also do maybe Monsta X I think did altogether maybe like a 20-minute set because they
live stream it on YouTube.
Yeah, and they have like a set. So you can also look at like Monsta X off-air Jimmy Kimmel performances, and the video is like 16 minutes long and it's fantastic. Like, whoa, those poor boys, they did like all of their hardest choreographies like one right after the other.
But the part that they were supposed to do on TV was Who Do You Love? And fucking French Montana was gonna show up for the first time ever since they like made the song, and he shot the music video totally separately and like whatever. And this motherfucker stumbled out on stage. He seemed drunk. And
it's confirmed.
It's confirmed he was drunk. And he did not know the lyrics of his stupid, shitty titty boy rap in the middle.
His one unintelligible verse that we as native English speakers couldn't even tell you what the lyrics were. He couldn't remember them. And fucking Chuan was sitting there, standing next to him, almost feeding him the lines one by one because he had no idea what to do. They had to film it 4 times.
Yeah.
And he couldn't get it right any of the times. The one that actually aired, he still fucked it up. And you can see Chuan right there, like, giving him the words.
Yeah, he starts it too early, and then he like...
He like misses the beat, he stumbles, he forgets it, he tries to make it up. It's totally a shit show. And in the background, like, I think it's Minhyuk, like, looks right at Shonu or something. Like, I don't know.
When he turns around, he makes eye contact with Minhyuk, who gives him, like, the sassiest eyebrow raise of, like, good job, bro. Like,
But there's also someone...
Changkyun and Hyungwon were laughing.
Yeah.
They like have to turn around because they are laughing.
Because during that part, like in the way that they stage it is that French Montana comes out and then all of Monsta X like surrounds him. So they're like all standing around him and he's in the middle just righteously fucking up. And like Chuan is like smiling and like trying to like keep those dimples shining and like give him those words, and everybody else is just like behind his back like, fuck this dude. Like,
yeah.
Are you kidding me? Because fuck that dude.
Yeah. It's really, really fucking embarrassing, and it's like infuriating. And I found out, which I did not know, that the only reason French Montana is quote unquote famous is because he dated a Kardashian and appeared on a few episodes of their television show. So his fame is fake. His like, cool. He has no talent.
Standing talentless. Like, great. Fuck that. This is just another nail in the coffin when it comes to K-pop promoting in the States.
Yes.
And let's just use this as an example for why you don't have to attach a no-name American artist to a K-pop star just to fucking give them credit. Like, no.
He didn't offer any credit.
He ruined it.
Yeah.
He ruined it all. And everyone agreed that his verse was the worst part of that song to begin with. And then he gets out there and he can't even fucking sing the verse. Fuck you, French Montana. I hope you never have a career. I hope you have already crashed and burned. I hope we never hear from you again.
I hope so. So anyway, we were very excited for the redemption tour of seeing Monsta X at the goddamn Staples Center.
Yeah. I will say that when they did play it cool in the show.
Or Who Do You Love?
Who Do You Love? They just did a little short version. They like cut his whole part out. And I'm like, just give I Am a verse.
Yeah,
like, doesn't really do anything in that song.
Yeah.
Give it to him.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get why that.
He says he speaks English. Let him do it in his weird British accent.
Okay, so this concert, it was great. When we got there, I met a listener named Michaela in the hallway or at the bar. And that was really fun. It's fun to meet listeners. And then, I was sitting down and you were just like up and to the right of me or to the, just like a little bit above me.
We could see each other from where we were sitting.
Which was fun. They were using like 3/4 of the Staples Center and the stage didn't go out very far. Like at KCON, they put it in the middle and they do like a weird zigzag stage that takes up the whole floor.
Yeah, they should have made the stage bigger and come out
or made
more.
the runway longer.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They should have made the runway longer so that they could come out more in the middle of the floor. Because what ended up happening was that the floor seats didn't get sold out. So then there was this like big empty back part.
Yeah, and if the stage had just come forward a little more, it would have dispersed everybody a little better.
Exactly. And this concert was filmed for V Live. So if you want to see the exact concert that we saw,
you have to pay for it, but you can.
Oh, bummer.
Yes, it's there, but it's like pay-per-view style. It costs money. It might eventually be free.
I was just going to say in a couple months it'll be free.
As of this morning, it still costs money.
Fair enough.
But yeah, they were filming the whole thing, and I don't know. It was great. The first outfits that they came out in were like that black and gold Versace pattern that's so popular right now, but it was like fully covered in rhinestones. So they were just like sparkly
jackets.
The jackets.
Jackets. The Versace shirts they were wearing underneath were not covered in rhinestones.
No, but the jackets were. And it reminded me of the great Astro jackets that they came out in.
I was going to say the same thing. They were like the Astro Mariachi jackets.
And then, another like... whatever. Another thing that was happening at this concert is that they had announced in the morning that Kihyun had broken a rib and was in the hospital. Yeah. And so everyone was like expecting him to not be there. So when he walked out, I was mad at him. I spent the whole concert like half mad at him and half so proud of him.
Yeah.
Because he was such a goddamn trooper and it seemed like he couldn't leave himself in the chair. They constantly were bringing chairs out for him like at every corner of the stage so that he could sit, but it was like everyone was dancing and he couldn't stand it and he just like wanted to participate so bad. He kept getting
standing up. Yeah, I thought it was really cute that like when he did sit in the chair, a member would like wander over at any possible moment, like when they weren't doing like full choreography, just to be like, no, dude, you gotta stay in the chair.
Yeah,
but I'll keep you company. So anyway, so the concert starts with this like whatever, like fun and dramatic, like VCR as they always do. And then the screen lifted and the beautiful boys standing there in their golden mariachi jackets. And then we saw that Kihyun was there and they all walk out and Shootout
was their first one? First.
Yeah. Shootout was their first one.
And then they did Hero, which was great. And then they did Trespass. So it was like a very high energy opening. And then at the first Ment, Shonu would like explained that Kihyun was her and that we shouldn't be surprised that he's here because he just like really, really wants to be here. Yeah. And they all like introduced themselves. It was very cute. And then they did Party Time, which is my favorite off the new album. I love it. And then they did Play It Cool. And I thought the Ment after that was funny because they were trying to get the whole audience to sing the English version of Play It Cool and no one knew the lyrics because we all hate it. He was like, come on, go. And then everyone, like people did not know the words because the dancing in your face part, no one likes it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they did...
Maybe if I am actually spoke English, then he could help them write real English lyrics.
And you texted me, because you were texting me from above, because we couldn't talk, but and you said that, why does he have... What did you say? Why is half his actual accent English and the other half of it Brooklyn? And I said, because he's the worst. I'm a wreck down here. And I was a wreck. They're so beautiful in person. It's astonishing.
The number of times I lost count of how many times I did this because anytime I just like looked at Shonu, all I did was I just went, wow. And I heard the girl behind me like giggle the like fourth time I did it because it was just literally every time I just went, wow. Like, he's so stunning.
He is stunning.
He's fucking beautiful.
He's so good. Yeah, so then they did like Mohe and Jealousy.
Jealousy! Yeah. I love that song. I don't know that much about Monsta X, so I was like excited to go, but also a little like, ooh, I don't know this song. Like, hey, I don't know this one either. And like, okay. But I know Jealousy and I love Jealousy. So I was really excited to see that one.
So that was great. And that was the last one they did in their like shiny gold outfits and their little, because when they took the jackets off at one point, they're wearing those candy wrapper.
Gold, candy wrapper shirts.
That are too clingy. I saw so many nipples last night, like without even meaning to.
We can confidently confirm that none of them have their nipples pierced.
And then then it was time for the first VCR, which was very cute. It was called like MonTube, and it was like a YouTube parody where
Minhyuk was like doing face products and makeup, and like Wonho was doing like a workout video.
Kihyun did like barista.
Yeah.
Shonu had his eating broadcast,
and
ASMR.
Did ASMR.
Juwon was cooking, and Hyungwon was doing like a fashion
thing. What did I do?
English lessons.
Oh yeah.
And it was like edited really funny. It was a very cute video.
Funny. It was very funny. It had the sense of humor that those like fan meme videos do.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It had the same like editing, like cut tos or whatever. It was cute. And they would cut back and forth between the members. So like sometimes they would like react to each other in certain ways. It was adorable.
It was really cute. And then
his shorts were very short.
He loves to show his skins, which we'll get to.
Yeah.
So after this VCR, it was time for like unit stages.
Yeah.
So
which is something I didn't know Monsta X did.
But it's for a world tour concert, you gotta fill the time with stages. So Minhyuk, Kihyun, and Hyungwon did a Bazi song. Is that correct?
I don't know.
I don't know anything about Bazi, but I know it's a name that I've heard a bunch. So anyway, it was like an English cover. The song's called Myself. And yeah, the two who could stand were like dancing in the backstage, and Kihyun was sitting in a chair up at the front. But that was like sexy and cute and good.
Yeah. And they were wearing all three of them were wearing suits, and afterward in the Ment, Minhyuk explained that they had like debated what outfit to wear, and that in the end he chose suits because he thought it was like always the better. He was like, well, I think suits are just always the better concept. Like, don't you agree? And I was standing there in the audience going like, groups and suits! Like, because that's our favorite
thing.
Yeah.
I love groups and suits.
Minhyuk knows what's up.
He does know what's up. He was so cute. They were all so cute.
He was so cute.
Then it was rap line stage. So Juan and IM came out and they did a song called Sambakcha, and they were wearing like weird robes at first.
Yeah.
Like shiny silken robes. And then they like got the whole audience to like start chanting like Sambak, 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 ja. And then Juan got on the drums and he like drummed to everybody like saying that. And then they finished out the song and they tried to do the like, if you've been seeing videos from this tour, they like do the water bottle toss thing where you flip it and it lands on itself. And they did that, but it didn't work, but they played the music drop anyway. So they had to just like keep going with it, but they like totally failed. And it was super, super cute. And then Shonu and Wano did like fucking interpretive dance.
Yes, girl. They came out and so suddenly like the lights went down.
And there was
two couches were brought out onto the stage. 2 white couches with a white partition
lamps
in between. And then Wonho was on one side wearing a white turtleneck crop top and these crazy high-waisted strappy cargo pants.
They were like white cargo pants and they had been like fully shredded to expose his entire leg, but then the shreds were still hanging, so they were like
fringed, distressed, high-waisted white cargo pants.
Yeah.
That's too many adjectives.
But it was all happening, I promise.
And it was a crop top and a turtleneck and a long sleeve. Anyway, on the other side of the partition was Shonu in just black. Very simple. Sleeveless pants. Simple.
Yeah.
And they did this song called Mirror, which, did Shonu say he wrote it?
I can't remember. And we were trying to look it up earlier and like nothing.
It's something that, so it's a song that the only iterations of this song that currently exist that I could find as of this morning are these performances from this world tour. So it's something new that they've done, but it was an absolutely gorgeous, like contemporary style dance. They are beautiful dancers. There is a part where Shonu needlessly lifts his shirt. It's just fucking great.
Yeah. And they did like cool stuff with the video screens because since they were on separate sides, they would only show like one member on the other side and they'd like turn the lights off when like Shoni was dancing alone and like, it was very.
And then they like switched at a certain point, they like switched stages. And so then like the screens switched too. It was very cool. That was my personal highlight of the show. I like lost my shit.
Yeah.
Fully.
And then there was like a very long, like meandering Ment when they like were coming out after their like in their little polo outfits. They all have to wear like shorts
in these like weird
and high socks, and they're
not
awful.
Schoolboy outfits. They look like
preppy
old-timey boat captains.
Yale rugby team,
but not like hot young Yale rugby team. They look like I'm 70 years old and on my boat that I've named after my Yale frat. You know what I mean? Like long socks and like
short shorts.
Hyungwon had 2 collared shirts on. Why? I don't. Whatever.
Yeah, it was a lot. But it was funny, and you like put on our Insta story like, how is this the same group? Because they like came out after like all this other shit. They came out in these like little baby boy outfits, and they did all their cute songs like all in a row.
Yeah,
and I was dying because Chungkyun looked like a Slytherin boy. He was like wearing like a green tie, and his like top button was undone, and like I'm a bad boy here at Hogwarts was like the vibe he was giving me, and I couldn't take it.
Yeah, because they all still had their like pretty dangly earrings in, but then they had their like preppy schoolboy outfits on. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, and Minhyuk has that like giant tattoo that wraps around his knee, but he had like, but it was like perfectly framed by his weird socks and his weird shorts. Did you not notice that?
I didn't even notice. Huh.
He has a giant whale tattoo on his, above his knee. It like wraps around his leg. It's very large. And it's in an odd place. But this concert tour was the first time anybody ever saw it because of those shorts.
Those fucking shorts. Well, I still don't think the shorts are a bad idea, even if they do reveal a tattoo.
So then, yeah, after their little cute stage moment, then there was a second VCR, which I missed because I went to go get more wine. But it like the setup was like Chungkyun like talking, and he was like, I'm looking for a wanted man. And then he was like, and that man is me.
That was the best part. I called it. Because it starts with him, 911, what's your emergency? I'd like to report a wanted man. Do you know who the man is? It's me. I loved it.
Yeah.
It was so dumb. And then they all come out, and each one of them represents a 7 deadly sin. But they do not do lust or gluttony. They do loneliness and something else that's not a deadly sin.
Okay.
Anyway, they had to take out lust, so they picked something else. But they had wrath and pride and
envy.
Oh, yeah. Okay, let's see. I am was envy. I think Chuan was pride. Wonho was sloth, which I thought was really funny because it was like literally him exercising,
right.
and he was like,
but then if I don't
lazy.
exercise, then I'm lazy.
I was like, what? Shonu was wrath. I think Kihyun was loneliness. And I don't even remember what the other sins are now. But whatever.
It's fine. When I came back from getting my wine, like someone had a gun pointed at someone. And then Juwon was giving Shonu a tattoo. He was like, and they both had like face tattoos.
No, Shonu's wasn't a face tattoo. It was a fight.
Oh, it was this fight scar.
It was
Excuse
a fight.
me.
Because Shonu had been chased by the police because he had gotten into a fight. And then he escapes the police and he goes to Chuan to casually get an enormous tattoo on the back.
And then they both showed up at the gym to like comfort Wano, and then like I put the gun down, and then they were like they all like became friends at the end of it. I don't know.
But like throughout all of the cuts, like each one of them was like in the interrogation room, like talking about like, but why did you commit the crime? And it's like, I put myself in this prison. That was the thesis statement.
They put themselves in the prison. Wow. Okay, so then after that VCR, they came out again, and they were wearing leather pants. And the shirt situations were all different. But Wonho was wearing no shirt and a leather jacket.
Yeah. My section was filled with Wonho stands, and they were having a night, let me tell you.
I felt like any time that he was on stage showing his titties, people were freaking out.
Literally, anytime he was on one of the screens, people were freaking out.
Yeah.
Clothed or not. Like, his face was big on the screen, people were screaming.
Yeah. He's very beloved. He's very beloved. And he had his like classic dip dye hair back, like with like pink around the rim. And like he did that turquoise and blue one. Like that's his signature hairstyle.
It's very pretty.
And they did, I just wanted to mention it because I think this is when they did it. But whenever they did do Who Do You Love? I thought it was really cool because, like, of all the K-pop shows I've ever been to, like, people, do fan chants every now and again, or they, like, sing along with the chorus part. But, like, because K-pop is all in, like, Korean and most people don't know or memorize Korean, singing along just kind of doesn't happen. But when they did Who Do You Love, the whole stadium was singing like every word as loud as they could. And it was like, it was really cool because we all could confidently sing the English, and it just like the vibe was super different. And
it was nice because like hearing everybody sing it so energetically and so like ferociously was like sort of it almost felt as though the Mon Bebe were trying to communicate to the boys like we love you so much, and like this is the song that we can learn and we can sing. So we will learn like hear us.
Yeah,
kind of
it was
thing.
really
It was
nice.
really sweet. It was really sweet.
I really liked it. But they did like as they always do, they did a fake out leave. They like left and they put the lights like half on, and then there was an epic wave going around the stadium,
God,
like
it went for
over
so
and over.
long.
It was super fun, and everyone was laughing like every time that it happened again. And then they came out and they did like rodeo for like 10 minutes, like that Astro concert.
Yeah.
Like they kept just like playing the last like 30 seconds of it so that everyone could jump more. And it got real crazy. Did they do that? They did that after. Hyungwon did a DJ set.
Yeah.
When they came back from
that was their encore.
encore.
Was that it started out and it just said H.1, and then Hyungwon was behind a DJ's like podium or whatever with a hat on, and he did these two songs. One is called Taki Taki. I don't remember who sings it. And then the next one, he did basically like DJ EDM remixes of these two like Latin pop songs, which I enjoy both of. And it was great. I would totally see a H1 DJ set. He was awesome.
He was really good. And then they were like,
and I've never thought this before, but he looked hot with his long hair and his hat on.
hair is so good right
is
now.
Absolutely magical. When they did the unit stage and him and Min Hyuk were dancing in the suits, I was like, what is this sexy vampire vibe that Hyungwon is giving? Like, he should never cut his hair.
Yeah, it looks so good.
So good.
It looks so good.
So
it looks
good.
very hot. He should be very
It was
proud.
really funny when like during the encore, he like fixed his hat. He like took his hat off and his hair was a complete crazy mess underneath, and everybody started laughing. And he was like, what? And like shyly like tucked it back underneath. It was cute.
It was very cute.
He's cute. It was cute.
They were all so cute. And then they did like the longest like ending ment ever, where they all just like talked for a super long time, and like Changhyun like growled everything like he does, like, we're gonna show them. And I'm like, okay, whatever you say. And Kihyun said a bunch of like beautiful shit about like, I'm on crazy painkillers right now, but I never wanted to leave you guys. And he kept saying like, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna give you nosebleeds with how sexy I am, is what he kept saying.
But it was really sweet because like the LA stop was their last stop of the tour, and it was at the Staples Center, which is a huge venue. Like, not only is it literally very large, but it is also like one of those like magnanimous like venues for an artist to play. Like fucking Beyonce plays at the Staples Center. Like,
Right.
it's a huge deal. And it was really sweet. Like in their ending ment, they kept talking about how the first time they ever flew anywhere like as a group like to perform was for
to go to
KCON
KCON.
LA at that Staples Center, and now they had the opportunity to close their world tour like here at the same stage, and so like that was very significant for them. And Kihyun said that was one of the reasons why he was like, I knew that if I skipped this and didn't come, I would regret it until the day I died. So like I had to be here, and I'm high on pills, baby.
Yeah. It explains why he was in such a good mood and having so much fun.
I know. But it also wasn't until like literally the ending ment that I realized that the translator that we'd been hearing all evening wasn't IM.
Oh, it was definitely an offstage guy for sure.
I know it was. And like, I just wasn't really paying attention. I was like trying to watch the person that was talking, and I just like somehow assumed that like, I don't know, one of them was, I don't know why I thought that. But anyway.
But it was nice that they had that translator, and he was good. He was fast.
Yeah, he was fast. And he was way louder than the Astro Woman, because the Astro Woman just got drowned out by everybody. And this one, like, at least the crowd also maybe let him talk a little bit more than the crowd at the Astro concert did not give a shit what they had to say.
And then at the very end, they like blasted a whole bunch of confetti, and it was just raining everywhere. And they were singing, and everybody was so happy, and like it was just really nice. I had a really, really, really good time.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess I just want like final thoughts. Like, how was it? This was like your first big K-pop world tour, but also it was for a group that you like
don't know that much about.
So like, how did you come away from the experience?
I had fun. I mean, I felt bad because there was a certain point when they like sort of slowed things down in their like school uniform part where I started to yawn. And then like during the ending I felt like so sleepy and it made me feel very guilty because I had done nothing but sit and watch. But no, it was fun. I almost wish that I had been in a group like surrounded by people who were a little bit louder, only because like the people in front of me was like 4 teens and a mom that had like brought them all there. And the mom was really into it. Like she was having a great time and she was like making them like chant and take pictures or whatever. And the teens were sort of like, I'm awkward teens. And then like, I was just surrounded by a lot of awkward teenagers and I expected them to be like super nuts and they weren't. And I was like, what? I was like, I was counting on you guys.
Yeah.
But no, I had a fun time. I had a lot of fun.
Well, good. I'm really glad that you got to come.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also very glad that I got to go because even though I don't know that much about Monsta X, when I did watch the Jimmy Kimmel like off-air thing or whatever, I was thinking in my head like, oh, I'm kind of bummed that I don't get to go. Like, oh, boo, like, this show's going to be so much fun. And as I was thinking that, you texted me, I think we have an extra ticket for Monsta X. And I was like, what is these Kpop gods are on our side right now.
They really are. So yeah, I'm just feeling like I'm feeling very #blessed. And it was really, really fun to see these boys that I love so much. And like, they were real and they were spectacular and they were even prettier in person. And like,
oh my God.
It was just such a good, super fun time. And I loved every second of it.
Shonu. Wow.
God bless you.
God bless you.
All right. On that note, we'll be right back with our random game. All right, we're back. And we got a baby boy group. They're not babies, but their Korean
their career is a baby.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're called Target.
They're called Target. They are a 7-member boy group. Currently under JSL Entertainment, I suppose. Although I found another article that said they're under TNS. Their original company was TNS, and now they're under JSL.
Interesting.
So I don't know. Because originally Target debuted, they released something way back in 2014, like pre-debut single. Then one of the members left and they didn't really do anything else until 2017 when they debuted in Japan. So they made a Japanese debut first, put out like a single or a couple singles, and then did a little Japanese tour. And then this year in January.
No, last year, 2018.
Oh, sorry. Last year in January, made their Korean debut with the mini album Alive.
Yes, and the names of their members are Solchan, Gi, Zeth, Hyun, Roi, Baun, and Woojin.
I think it's probably Roy.
But it's Roy.
I know, but Roy.
That's like a name. I don't know. Anyway, point is, there's 7 of them. They're like between 25 and 21 years old. And yeah, they haven't been around very long. And we tried to like find information about them and their member profiles are like, he's shy.
Yeah, there's like 3 bullet points for each member. So who knows? Their fan name is the Wanies and they don't have a fan color. So what are we watching?
Their most popular music video is from that first album. The single's called Awake and it's got 403,000 views. Yep, and here it comes. Okay, hospital equipment. Oh, they're all like hooked up to blood bags and sitting in a circle.
Okay.
They're all wearing like red tracksuity things.
Oh, they're astral projecting.
Oh, damn.
So it's cutting back and forth between them sitting in a circle hooked up to IV bags and them dancing in that same room but without the IV bags. But one of them, like as they were sitting, like a ghosted version like came out of his body. I like their outfits. They're wearing like
They're like if
I don't know,
if
like
a cool
matching
tracksuit became a like mechanic jumpsuit because
Yeah.
they look like one piece, but the detailing on it is.
But they're definitely two pieces.
Oh, one of them is stressing in an elevator. I feel like I can't get a grasp on this song.
I was just gonna say I feel like I haven't been paying attention to the song. It started out, it was mostly rap.
Yeah.
And the choreo started like before the music even really kicked in.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
They lifted one guy. They also have like dress shirts and ties on under their weird tracksuits.
Some of them have turtlenecks. The choreo's pretty cool.
Yeah. They're doing like interesting like ripples and like leaning on each other and stuff.
Now they're blindfolded.
Oh, maybe it's like the OA. They're like learning how to like leave their bodies or go to the afterlife or whatever. Oh, they're like,
Wow. Really cool choreography.
They were like holding wrists and one member spun the other on the ground and then they like switched places where one laid down and pulled the other one to standing. It was neat.
Great level changes.
Oh, now they're
okay,
dancing
now
in
we're-
straitjackets in the shadows.
Oh dear. And trench coats.
Slow-mo
Walking
trench coats.
dramatically down a hallway. Oh, they're waking up. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Rip the IV out.
Oh God. Oh no.
Ugh, what's
He's
happening?
stumbling in the blood.
there's
he's just
so much of it.
spelling the blood everywhere. This is gross. Oh, now their faces are all
Ooh, I don't like
changing
that.
into each other.
Oh, I don't like that. It's a good looking group.
Yeah. A lot of strong profiles. Okay. That was Target Awake.
Well, that was fine.
Yeah.
Cool choreography, but I feel like it didn't, I don't know, nothing about that
Really
stood out to me.
Yeah.
Except for that one move.
Yeah, that one piece of choreography was cool,
Yeah.
but the song was, I don't know, it was
The
hard to
song
get a
was
grasp on.
fine. The song was fine.
The song was fine.
Yeah.
Well, they're brand new, so you never know what could happen. And that was Target. Weekly recommendations.
My recommendation was going to be for that Shonu Wonho debut. I mean, not debut, duet, Mirror. I did Google it, and the only thing that you can find is like fan cams. Because like I said, it's not like a track or a
Right.
B-side. They're just like only been doing it on this stage, on this world tour. But if you can find it, that's what I recommend, because it was great.
Great. I love that. My recommendation is for a specific BuzzFeed funny, taking it all the way back to 17. They did a BuzzFeed video that was called 17's Plays Who's Who on the BuzzFeed Celeb channel. And they just have like little pointers with little fake Mickey Mouse gloved hands on it. And they ask them like, who's tidy and who eats the most? And they point at each other. And it's just a real good laugh. It's just a fun time.
Yeah, they spend most of the time just trolling Mingyu, and I always support that.
Yeah. It's really good. And they also don't forget to mention their dear baby Boo, who isn't with them. And it warms my heart a lot. So that's my recommendation. All right. That's it. If you're listening to this episode the day it comes out and are going to KCON this weekend, see you there. We will be there. We will have Jordan with us at least one of the days. If you see us around, please come say hi. Message us on our socials or whatever if you want to try to find us. We'll be around. And our social media handles, if you don't know what those are, it's at AMA Kpop Pod on everything. AMA Kpop Pod at gmail.com. All those things that's where you can see my picture with Eric Nam and you can message us. And yeah, that's where we are. And leave reviews on iTunes because we have to beat Eric Nam, guys.
Well,
No,
also
we never will.
we have to get a good enough reputation for him to care about coming onto our show. This isn't about us beating Eric Nam. It's about
we can't.
reaching a level to which it is worth his time to join us.
I love that.
So continue to bug him about coming on our show and review our podcast so that when you Google K-pop, it's the first thing that pops up.
Yeah. All right. We'll be back next week with a super fun episode that I think you all will enjoy. So we'll see you then. Bye-bye. Chonghyun, you're our inspiration.
I can't take the pressure anymore.
Boo, boo, boo. Who do you love? 'Cause it's killing me.